Today we're going to do a bunch of practice with multiplication of polynomials, and I'm going to do one example of each type before you get started. The first type of multiplication that we did was when we have a monomial times any polynomial. A monomial on the outside with one term and any number of terms on the inside. This is where we have to distribute and multiply that 4x squared times all the terms inside the parentheses. And when we multiply the constant, their coefficients times each other. So I'm going to multiply 4x squared times 2x cubed. 4 times 2 is 8. And x squared times x cubed is x to the 5th because I add the exponents. 4x squared times minus 5x. 4 times minus 5 is minus 20. X squared times x, again, don't forget that there's a 1 there. 2 plus 1 is x to the 3rd. 4x squared times 11, 4 times 11 is 44, x squared. There's nothing to change the exponent. That's monomials times another polynomial. Then we multiplied binomial times binomial, and I showed you two different ways to do it. One is the FOIL method, where you multiply the first, the outer, the inner, and the last. And then you look and combine any like terms. 9x minus 8x is 1x. And there's my final answer. So you could use the FOIL method if you like that method, or you can use boxes. Here I'm multiplying a binomial times a binomial, so I need two boxes in each direction. I'm going to put the one binomial across and the other one up and down, and it does not matter which one goes where. I just make sure that this is one binomial, that's the other. Then I multiply 2x times x is 2x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. 5 times 2x is 10x. And 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Then I'm going to look at, these are my four terms, just like I wrote the four terms across over there. And I'm going to write my final answer combining any like terms. I have 2x squared. My like terms are the 10x and the negative 3x. 10 minus 3 is 7x. And then I have the minus 15. It's really important that you show us what your method is with these problems. So I want to make sure that you're showing this middle step. Whichever way you're doing it is fine, but you need to show us the work and then the final answer. Then we looked at squaring a binomial. When you have a binomial squared, it means take what's inside those parentheses and multiply it by itself. So here, this turns into the same operation we just did, where you multiply binomial times binomial. But I want you to rewrite it as the binomial times itself. Show the four terms that you get when you either do FOIL or the boxes. And then combine your like terms to get your final answer. Minus 13x and minus 13x is minus 26x. There's my final answer. And then the last thing that we did was a binomial times a polynomial with more terms. And for this, I would really recommend the boxes. You can do this with a distribution method. You multiply x times everything and negative 3 times everything. If you think that will work better for you, you can try it, or you can ask me to make sure that you're doing it the right way. With the boxes, it looks like this. I have x minus 3. And then I have 3 terms in my other polynomial. So I have 2x squared, 8x, and minus 1. I'm going to multiply x times each of the terms and then negative 3 times everything. X times 2x squared is 2x cubed. X times 8x is 8x squared. X times negative 1 is negative x. Negative 3 times 2x squared is negative 6x squared. Negative 3 times 8x is negative 24x. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. Then I look for any like terms here and here, and I have them here and there. And I'm going to write my final answer, 2x cubed, combining my like terms. 8x squared minus 6x squared is 2x squared. Negative 24x minus x is negative 25x. And then I have the plus 3. And here's my final answer. So we just need to keep straight our methods for each type of multiplication. Next week, there will be a review that includes multiplication as well as subtraction and addition. And then there will be a quiz early next week.